Hello, Hofstra fans. Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Anthony Santinello now joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team, Simon Riddiough. Coach, how's everything going?
Everything's great, thanks Anthony.
So let's go back to before the game against Georgetown. What was your game plan going into the round of 64 against the Hoyas?
We knew they were going to be confident. They're a very good team and a very good coach. We knew we had to battle with them and we had to bring our A game. Anytime you get to this level, you know you're coming up against an equal or better team, so we knew we had to play as best to compete. And that was basically it going into the week. We game planned for them. We knew what they were going to do, and could we cope with that? And at times we did, and at other times we didn't. We came away with the win.
And early in that game, it looked like you guys were controlling the offense, really had the ball in Georgetown's defensive half for a big part of that first half. Leah Galton ended up having a goal called back at the end of the first half. The first half of play was really in your guys' control, though.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I think we surprised them a little bit. I don't think, as much as they know how good Galton is, I don't think they realised how good she is. And, Maddie Anderson had a header cleared off the line within the first minute. Leah had a one-on-one cleared off the line. She also had a goal disallowed, which on the replay was correct. And I thought we were pretty much in control of the events. I thought it should have been 2, maybe 3-0 at half time. So going into half, we were very, very happy.
And early in that second half, there was a controversial play right outside of midfield. You guys had a free kick, you were awarded a free kick, and then got disallowed by the side judge. What was the whole discrepancy in that play?
It was one of those situations. The referee makes a decision. She points it our way. We put the ball down. And then their coach has a discussion with the fourth official, who then draws attention to a different opinion of the play. And he discusses it with the head coach and head ref, and she changes the decision. Now, you're not really allowed to do that. And the fourth official is out of his jurisdiction to interpret plays or watch the game and give his advice. His pure role is to look after the benches, make sure I'm in control, make sure their coach is in control. And I thought he did a good job, except for persuading the ref that she made the wrong call. But it is what it is, and we accept that and we move on.
Madeline Anderson gets the first goal for you guys. Really played well in the offensive role coming up from the back line. What did you like from her play in the game?
She's a gamer. She was fantastic again, as always. It was a great goal. But I think after that goal, we kind of took our foot off the pedal a little bit and allowed Georgetown some momentum. So, as great as the goal it was, I wish it came a little bit later, and then we wouldn't have to deal with the bombardment we got.
So Georgetown gets their goal back, then Leah Galton gets tripped inside the 18-yard box, gets awarded a penalty kick, she converts on it, and then you guys kind of went into that conservative mode again where you're just kind of dumping the ball into Georgetown. They come right back and score. Was it anything defensively that you guys were doing wrong that allowed them to come back?
No, I think it's more psychologically. I think once we're 2-1 up with 10 minutes to go in an extremely big game, you start jangling and you start playing a bit more conservative, which is not our way. So we're not pressing as hard as we usually do. We're giving them a little yard, and a team as good as Georgetown will expose that. And they did. I actually thought their second goal was offside. But you can't really see it from the angle. But it was a great finish from 21. And, again, you've got to give credit to Georgetown. They changed the tactics that last 10 minutes. They went to a different system. And they found a way to get around us. And that's good coaching. And, it ended up 2-2 at 90 minutes. So that's what we have to do with.
Going into double overtime, Frederica Mehring has a huge save in the second session, obviously without Leah Galton for that whole overtime session. How big was it for the defense to be able to hold Georgetown to not getting a goal in the extra 20 minutes?
Yeah, at that stage when you know you're playing without Leah, you know you're struggling, you're a little bit tired, they've got the momentum going into the overtimes, you're going to bend. And we bent, but we didn't break, and that's testimony to our kids' talent, hard work, diligence to the job. And, we're going to have to rely on some people to play big, and Freddie played big in that, in the 2 overtimes. And she got us to where we needed to be in PKs, and and the rest is history.
Ashley Wilson comes in the PK, is able to make that one big save on the third shot. You told us after the game that she was your better penalty kick taker as a goalkeeper, but was there anything else to the strategy of putting her in?
No, she evaluated and analysed Georgetown's previous PKs from the previous game for them. She was confident, she'd had done her homework, and you know, with PKs you're pretty certain they're going to go pretty much the same way most of the time. And you know, so Ashley guessed correctly on one of them, made a great save. And that puts more pressure on the fourth PK taker for Georgetown and alleviates pressure for our fourth. And like I said, once that big save occurs, you know you're fighting an uphill battle if you're Georgetown, and that's exactly what happened.
Kristen Desmond, that's the game winner. Hofstra advances to the round of 32. Now the big question going into this one is obviously the health of Lee Galton. How is she progressing in this week of recovery?
Yeah, I said it yesterday. It's been the biggest question all week from everybody, from other coaches. They all want to know what's going on with Leah Galton. She's injured, but she's recovering very well. She's getting good treatment. And we slightly optimistic she'll be available for Friday. She's reacted very well to treatment. And it's not as bad as we initially thought when she went down against Georgetown. So, you know, touch wood. She'll be ready to go on Friday, and she gives us an extra dimension to our game.
Now this big game coming up against Rutgers. They're a very strong defensive team, very good goalkeeper as well, top 3 in the country in goals against average. How does your game plan adjust from an offensive team in Georgetown now to a defensive team in Rutgers?
Yeah, we're going to have to look at different things. The field's very big as well at Rutgers. It's a beautiful field, and Rutgers are a fantastic team. And they don't make mistakes, which is a huge compliment in the women's game. They just don't give you easy goals. They're very well coached, disciplined defensively. And they've got some special players on the other end of the side, so it's going to be a tough battle. They're number 2 seed for a reason. But we're ready, and we've got 2 more days to prepare, 2 more days to discuss what Rutgers are going to do and what we are going to do. And hopefully by Friday night we're ready to play and do Hofstra proud.
Head coach of the Hofstra Pride, Simon Riddiough. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck this weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony.